A warm welcome to everyone tuned in for LANKAPUVATH's online news segment. Headlines. In the upcoming presidential election, a Raj faction of Tamils will vote for President Rajapaksa, says Dr. Swami. President returns after successful South Asian dialogue. Pakistan could benefit from the Sri Lankan experience of defeating LTTE, Pakistan president says. Activities of non-state actors and transnational crime needs to closely be monitored, says Defense Secretary. Ferguson shooting protests spread across US. And in detail. In a special Twitter correspondence, the chairman of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Committee for Strategic Action and leader of the Janata Party, Dr. Subramaniam Swamy states that 40% of Sri Lankan Tamils will vote for President Mahinda Rajapaksa in the upcoming presidential election. The Twitter conversation continues to say that Sri Lankan Tamils should be grateful to President Rajapaksa because the generation is experiencing normal life for the first time in their lives. President Mahinda Rajapaksa returned to the island this morning after having a successful South Asian dialogue. The president met fellow leaders of South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation on the sidelines of the 18th SAARC summit held in Kathmandu, Nepal. The leaders of Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Pakistan, the Maldives and Nepal held bilateral talks with the president. It is reported that the commander of Sri Lankan Air Force, Air Marshal Kolita Aravinda Gunathilaka, yesterday called on President of Pakistan, Mamoon Hussain at Avindaya Sadar, highlighting the existence of long-term bilateral ties between the two countries. The Pakistani president said that Pakistan attached high importance to its cordial relations with Sri Lanka. He said that further strengthening of bilateral partnership in diverse areas would mutually be beneficial to the people of both countries. He emphasized on further enhancing the defense cooperation between the two countries. President Mamoon Hussain also appreciated the Sri Lankan government for sending a team of experts to assist government on Punjab in the fighting dengue virus in July 2011. One of the primary aspirations of all countries in the South Asian and Southeast Asian region is to maintain peace and stability for their continued economic development. Activities of non-state actors and incidents of transnational crime in particular need to closely be monitored and guarded against. Hence, improvement in the cooperation and collaboration between nations is vital, said Secretary to the Minister of Defence and Urban Development Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa yesterday. He expressed these sentiments while delivering the keynote speech at the South and Southeast Asian Nations Defence Chiefs Dialogue 2014 at the Kingsbury Hotel, Colombo. The welcome address of the conclave was delivered by Chief of Defence Staff General Jagat Jayasuriya at the outset of the inaugural session. The objectives of the session are to promote regional peace and stability through the dialogue and cooperation in the spheres of defence and security, to promote mutual trust and confidence through greater understanding of defence and security challenges, transparency and openness, and to contribute to the establishment of South Asian security community, complementing the objectives of CICA. And in international news, crowds have gathered across the US to protest against Monday's decision not to charge a police officer with the killing of an African-American teenager, Michael Brown. Demonstrations from New York to Seattle were mostly peaceful, with protesters chanting and waving placards. In and around the St. Louis suburb of Ferguson, scene of major riots on Monday, 2,200 National Guard troops were deployed to stop further unrest. Meanwhile, the officer who shot Mr. Brown said he had a clean conscience. Darren Wilson shot Mr. Brown 18th on 9th August in Ferguson, Missouri, sparking weeks of unrest. The grand jury's decision announced late on Monday means a police officer will not face state criminal charges over the shooting. With the number of troops more than tripled, the situation in Ferguson was calmed on Tuesday, though tension outside the central police station began to rise as the evening wore on. Earlier, demonstrators briefly closed a major road in Central Louis and rallies were staged outside the federal courthouse. The frustration seen by the grand jury's decision, he said, had deep roots in many communities of color who have a sense that our laws are not being enforced uniformly or fairly. Much of the debate since August has centered on whether Michael Brown was attempting to surrender Darren Wilson when he was shot. Thank you.